heart, Windows is built to reimagine what's possible for you and the organization you lead, with security built in, not bolted on. Intelligence in every layer, from chip to cloud. Made to work in rhythm with people. Here, agents are woven into the fabric of how business gets done, helping you and your team be more productive than ever before, enabling anyone, anywhere, to develop, create, connect, and lead. At its core, Windows amplifies human ingenuity, empowering the next generation of business and the people who will define it.
Please welcome the President of Windows and Devices at Microsoft, Pavan Davuluri.
Good morning. It is great to be back here at Ignite with you all. You build, secure, and run the technology that powers your organizations every day. You turn possibility into progress. Thank you for the work you do. This week, we're excited to celebrate the 40th anniversary of Windows. Absolutely. Through every shift from graphical computing to the internet to the cloud, Windows has kept you secure and productive. And we're grateful for the trust you place in Windows. Nearly 1 billion people rely on Windows 11, our most secure, open, and capable platform ever. Across organizations of all sizes, the benefits are clear. Almost 90% of our customers tell us their employees are happier with the new Windows 11 PC. Windows 11 delivers a lower total cost of ownership and a positive ROI relative to older devices. You tell us that managing devices now takes less time. Security incidents are reduced by 70% and recoveries faster when incidents do occur. At Ignite, we're exploring what it means to be a frontier firm. Frontier firms have the chance to harness a new kind of advantage, one that comes from human talent and intelligent systems working together. I appreciate this takes real work, not only in technology, but also in leading people through change. Our ambition is to empower every organization to lead with confidence, speed, and innovation. Today, we will talk about how we're evolving Windows for people and agents. First, Navjot will share how Windows is your canvas for AI and agents. Next, we'll talk about the platform investments to enable that transformation. Then Stefan will show you how employees can work anywhere with the cloud. He'll also cover how Windows is the most resilient and secure platform on Earth. We'll show you examples of how customers like Morgan Stanley and Levi's are transforming with Windows. And we'll show you how to get started today. So I'd like to welcome Navjot Virk to stage. But first, please take a look at how Windows is your canvas for AI.
Hey Copilot, find the sales stats my manager sent last week.
Thank you, Pavan. Because frontier firms run on Windows, We are evolving the OS. Windows is now your canvas for AI and agents, accessible to all employees and easier to use than ever before. We're innovating in 3 key ways. First, bringing AI and agents into your flow and making it more intuitive to use. And second, making Microsoft 365 Copilot more contextually helpful on Windows. And third, making Copilot Plus PCs even more powerful with enhanced AI. These experiences come with built-in IT controls, so you can decide what AI experiences your employees access, and they can decide when to use them. In frontier firms, AI and agents are your new digital assistants, helping you do more than ever before. To lower the learning curve and make it easier to adopt new habits, we are putting AI directly in your flow. We are making Windows the canvas for AI and agents. These experiences are opt-in. You decide when to use them. You can now invoke, monitor, and collaborate with agents right from your Windows taskbar. Using agents will become as familiar as using applications. They're always available and easily accessible. It starts with the new Ask Copilot on the taskbar. Now, not only do you get lightning-fast search for files, apps, and settings, you can also start a chat or voice session with Microsoft 365 Copilot right from the taskbar. And because it's rooted in my work context, I can ask questions like, when does my performance review due? But we are taking it one step further. Now, you can invoke and interact with agents right from the taskbar. Using the @ symbol, you can choose from a list of IT-approved agents, like Researcher, to do complex analysis like cross-referencing public sentiment with customer feedback. As Researcher runs, it will shift to the taskbar. You can hover over the taskbar icon at any time to see what Researcher is working on. And while Researcher is working in the background, you can go back to do other tasks on your PC. And when an agent needs attention or completes the task, it will automatically notify you and update its state on the taskbar. In this case, once Researcher is done, I can click on it in the taskbar and see the results. Imagine starting your day by sending off multiple agents to work on your behalf. Keep track of their progress all from the taskbar. And this scales to first and third-party agents that you may make available to your employees, including agents you may build for your organization. Our focus is on making AI faster and more intuitive to use. For example, sometimes typing is not the fastest way. With voice in Microsoft 365 Copilot, just talk to interact. And with Work IQ, Copilot brings the context of emails, files, chats, meetings, and more. So imagine talking with Copilot as you finish up a pitch deck. So here's how it works. Hey, Copilot. Robin sent me a stat about incorporating organic design, I think in email or Teams. What was it?
Robin mentioned that incorporating organic design has been shown to boost employee creativity by 15%. That's a pretty cool stat.
Yeah, that's awesome. Can you turn that into a catchy statement for my slide here?
Absolutely. How about this? Creativity matters. Create the space for it.
Love it. Okay, I need Amber to sign off on this. When's my next one-on-one with her?
Your next one-on-one with Amber is on Thursday at 10:30 in the morning. That should be a great time to review it together.
Thanks, Copilot.
You got it. Happy to help. Let me know if there's anything else you want to fine-tune before that one-on-one.
No friction, no perfect phrasing. Just speak your intent, and Copilot becomes your multitasking collaborator. And of course, you have the flexibility to switch to typing anytime you want. These are simple yet powerful shifts to help your employees get the most out of AI and agents. Microsoft 365 Copilot is the built-in AI for work and productivity. And we are helping you get highly contextual and deeper Copilot help on Windows by bringing it to the surfaces you use the most. With Microsoft 365 Copilot in File Explorer and Notification Center, it's AI where you need it. There are billions of visits to File Explorer every day. Now, Copilot can pull information from a document, create a quick summary, or even draft an email based on the content of the document, all without leaving File Explorer. Need to prepare for a meeting? With Copilot in Notification Center, you can pull the agenda and relevant files, chats, and emails together so you can join ready to make an impact with just a few clicks. Writing is the #1 thing people are using AI for today. But it is inconvenient to switch between apps and copy-paste. Now, Copilot is available to help you write more confidently across any text input on Windows, including line of business applications. So let's say you're submitting a change order to your project plan in your organization's proprietary software. You're in a hurry, but it's important to get the business justification right to get the approval you need. Just select your text and use writing assistance to quickly transform your rough thoughts into a different tone, maybe. Writing assistance will quickly draft the rewrite in line where you are. Now you can easily replace the text, no copying and pasting, and submit the change with confidence. Just another example of AI when and where you need it. And when your employees are using the web, we're introducing Copilot mode in Edge for Business. When enabled, your browser now uses signals from Microsoft Graph and browser context to surface the most important content. With agent mode in Edge, you can execute multi-step workflows to reduce manual and repetitive tasks. The agent works under your direction with visual indicators for transparency and control. And with multi-tab reasoning, analyze content across all open tabs to get a context-aware summary. This is the power of Microsoft 365 Copilot and Windows together. And when you're on a Copilot Plus PC, you get even more AI value. Copilot Plus PCs have the highest satisfaction of any Windows PC. They deliver up to 19 hours of web browsing and are up to 5 times faster than an average 5-year-old Windows PC. Better performance means faster workloads. According to Forrester, employees using Copilot Plus PC are projected to save up to 5 hours per week, which means more time to be productive. And thanks to the 40+ TOPS NPU, your employees can use unique, locally processed AI experiences. Take solving one of the biggest pain points, finding the exact file you're looking for. With improved Windows search, you can describe what you need, and Windows understands your intent, even if you don't remember the exact file name. We're excited to announce that semantic search now includes not only your local files, but also files from OneDrive for Business and SharePoint. OneSearch, yes. OneSearch brings together everything you need. And now, with Click to Do, we're introducing even more AI capabilities. Let's say you got a PDF from a client with a table in it, and you need to manipulate the data in Excel, but you don't have the time to transcribe it. With Click to Do, you can transform any table on your screen into a clean, structured Excel spreadsheet. Headers, rows, and format all in the right place, ready for you to work on. In this case, I just added an actuals column. And from here, you can initiate agent mode in Excel to reason over this data set. So let's build a graph to see how we're doing across projects on budget versus actuals. Agent mode will go to work, taking on this task. And there you have it. Yes, saves you a lot of time and hassle. But this is the value of hybrid AI across local and cloud processing. As you've seen, Windows is now your canvas for AI. Not a different workflow to learn, the place where work is already happening. Together, we're empowering every employee to access and use AI easily. All these innovations are built on foundational models and platform capabilities that are available to everyone. And here's Pavan to tell you more about that.
Thank you, Navjot. These incredible experiences are powered by our native AI platform, the Microsoft Foundry on Windows. It enables the AI developer lifecycle from model selection to deployment across CPUs, GPUs, and NPUs. Whether you choose to use APIs powered by the Windows models, access a catalog of open source models, or deploy your own custom models, Microsoft Foundry on Windows gives you the tools to build AI experiences on device. Windows ML is the underlying runtime for all of this. It offers a unified execution layer that handles hardware mapping, powerware execution, fallback, so all of your models will run efficiently across the fleet. This is only possible because of our partnerships with AMD, Intel, Qualcomm, and NVIDIA, who have each pushed AI performance on their platforms through Windows ML. Many leading AI developers are already creating innovative AI experiences on Windows. Let's hear from Morgan Stanley, who are simplifying their trading workflows with the power of local AI.
Morgan Stanley is an international, institutional, and wealth management bank. We are working with both wealth management customers and institutional customers who are providing trades, requests for quotes, either electronically or using the phone. When a trader wants to communicate a trade, they have to be very specific, and there's a very strict grammar that explains how you can express it. You cannot make mistakes. A mistake can be very costly. It might cost money, it might cost reputation, it can even move the markets unintentionally. We have a lot of technologies today that enables you to translate from speech to text. Speech to form is the next level of this. Morgan Stanley turned to Microsoft Foundry on Windows as a solution. We were looking for a product, and Foundry Local actually have the privacy and security, it has the latency, and it has the cost efficiency in one product.
Hey, Peter. What's the underlier you want to trade?
Trader Desktop is a technology that enables the traders to enter their trade.
QQQ.us.
Foundry Local has been added to a component called the Omnibox, which is a small bar at the top of your screen where you can type, and now you can actually speak into that box to have your thoughts translated into the actual trades.
The quantity is 100,000.
The trader can be on the phone with a client, and they will just speak about the trade, and the computer is able to analyze as they are speaking and fill out it, and they can both hear the confirmation and execute it.
All right, thanks, Peter.
Morgan Stanley, when we look at the future, we see all these technologies converge. AI and all these agentic AI together is going to serve our clients better.
Now let's talk about how we're taking our platform to the next level. As you heard from Navjot, agents will become as familiar and easy to use as apps. And we're powering the platform to enable this transformation. With agents, you simply express your intent and let the agents handle the complexity for you. Let's take a look at a real-world example of Dynamics Agent using the Windows platform. Many of us, after this conference, will file an expense report. Today, it takes a dozen steps, 30 minutes or so, and is often error-prone. With agents, it's reduced to a single sentence. No manual uploading, no multiple clicks. Simply ask Dynamics Agent, gather my expense receipts from the San Francisco trip and generate an expense report. You'll notice that I did not specify exact file names or dig through folders, yet the agent found exactly what I needed. It asks you for my consent, keeping me in control at every step, and it knows how to complete the submission, freeing me up to keep moving, because I can still monitor it from the taskbar. Delivering AI experiences and agents at scale demands OS-level integration for security, consent, and control. Today, we'll talk about 3 platform foundations that make this possible: agent connectors and on-device registry, the agent workspace, and agent ID. All of this with full enterprise control and manageability. First, let's talk about agent connectors. Agent connectors are powered by MCP, or Model Context Protocol. Agent connectors help agents acquire new skills and complete tasks for users. With agent connectors, developers can expose app functionality to agents. Both agents and agent connectors are registered, discovered, and fully managed through the Windows on-device registry. Next, Agent Workspace provides a secure, isolated environment for agents to operate in. And each agent gets its own unique workspace, and it can show up on the taskbar, allowing you to monitor its progress without disrupting its flow. And finally, Agent ID makes it possible to audit every action of the agent and distinguish agent from user interactions. Let me show you an example with Claude Desktop together with the Windows File Explorer connector that puts us all together. I simply ask the agent, create an executive summary for an infra migration project with all of the relevant documents. Claude recognizes there's a File Explorer connector and asks for permission to connect to it. Upon my consent, it identifies and gathers the most relevant files. Meeting notes, spreadsheet trackers, status updates, referencing different file formats, no matter which folder they're in. In fact, information is typically scattered across multiple local folders and multiple documents, which could easily take up to an hour to gather and summarize. The agent creates a professionally formatted file ready for an executive presentation or for stakeholder distribution in just a few minutes. From scattered docs to a polished summary. That's the power of Claude in your workflow on Windows, everything done with your consent. These platform primitives also apply to Windows 365. This week, we announced Windows 365 for Agents. It extends the local agent workspace concept to the cloud, so agents can use agent connectors or computer use capabilities to complete tasks. On a local PC, agents operate in a secure workspace alongside employees. With Windows 365, the cloud PC itself becomes the agent's secure, policy-controlled environment. Leading app developers and agent developers are already leveraging the platform capabilities of Windows 11 and Windows 365 to build next-gen AI solutions. Let me show you Manus, a general-purpose AI agent. Let's take building a website. I simply state my intent. I want to build a professional-looking website, a real estate website, using files and photos from my local device. Manus locates the File Explorer connector, asks for consent to be able to access these files. You can see I'm not stating file names, yet Manus picks the right files. And then Manus can forward these files to its own computer with Windows 365 for Agents to build a website and publish it fast. It gives me an audit trail of all the tasks I'm performing so I can monitor or switch to other things to multitask. Building a website is now reduced from days to minutes, unlocking meaningful productivity gains. Security, user consent, and IT manageability are our top priorities. We've enabled secure by default policies so agents operate with least privileged access. We built secure by design controls so you can consistently enforce user consent and enterprise-wide manageability. With these platform foundations, Windows is making a step function improvement in security and compliance relative to traditional apps for agents. And this is just the beginning. With Windows as the foundation, move from intent to outcomes. We're empowering employees, organizations, and developers to unlock the full potential of agentic computing. We're also empowering employees to work anywhere from the cloud. To tell you more about Windows 365, please welcome Stefan to the stage.
Thanks, Pavan. You just heard how agentic computing in Windows will work both locally on devices and in the cloud with Windows 365 for agents. Windows 365 builds on the trust you expect from Windows, where security and resiliency are the foundation. This makes it easier to manage, scale, secure, and modernize your workplace, and move from on-prem to the cloud. We're expanding Windows 365 in new ways to help you do just that. Let me show you two of our newest offerings that I think you'll be excited about. Windows 365 Cloud Apps with User Experience Sync and Windows 365 Reserve. Increasingly, your workforce is a mix of employee profiles across different locations, so flexibility is important. An employee at one location may require a full cloud PC, while an employee at another location may just need a few apps. Windows 365 Cloud Apps let you stream your line of business apps from the cloud to any device, anywhere, while ensuring that app settings and states are preserved across user sessions. Your workers get access to exactly what they need when they need it. These offerings are generally available today for all Windows 365 frontline customers. Next, we know how important security and resiliency are to you, and how important it is to minimize employee downtime. With Windows 365 Reserve, you can quickly deploy temporary cloud PCs that are pre-configured with your organization's apps and security policies. Your employees can get back to work until their primary PC is available again. This offering is available today in preview with general availability starting in December. Yeah. Windows 365 Cloud Apps and Reserve gives your company secure and cost-effective cloud solutions at scale, so your employees have what they need to do their jobs wherever they are. Today, there are several different ways to access Windows 365. You can use the Windows app on any device, you can use a web browser, or you can use boot mode on a Windows 11 Pro PC. Last year at Ignite, we introduced a new way to access Windows 365, Windows 365 Link, the first cloud PC device purpose-built for Windows 365. Since then, we have seen an incredible response to Link, which is now available in 13 countries. This simple, secure device is helping companies accelerate the move to the cloud. Availability will expand in January 2026 to a total of 20 countries. We are also partnering with major commercial PC OEMs to expand the portfolio of cloud PC devices. Stay tuned for upcoming announcements in early 2026. There has never been a better time to move to the cloud, and Windows 365 is where work anywhere becomes real. Frontier firms treat compute as a utility and policy as the constant, just like One New Zealand and New York Life. One New Zealand equips frontline and office workers with exactly what they need, using Windows 365 Frontline, Cloud Apps, and Link, all managed in Intune so security and governance stay consistent, while the experience stays simple. New York Life moved from legacy VDI to Windows 365 to give their hybrid workforce secure and flexible access, scaling up for critical moments and dialing back when the demand eases. This is the pattern. Put the right work in the right workspace. Recover fast when something goes wrong. Govern once and run everywhere. And as we bring agents into the flow, the same model applies. The cloud PC becomes the agent's secure workspace with controls your teams already trust. That is how frontier firms run on Windows in the cloud. As you make the move to the cloud with Windows 365, you benefit from the security and resiliency of Windows 11, the most reliable and secure platform. Let's look at how Windows 11 is helping you across 3 areas. First, it protects your company against the threats of today. Second, it provides you with the right tools for proactive threat hunting. And finally, it protects your company against the threats of tomorrow. We have built Windows 11 to be more secure by design and by default, with layers of defense enabled on day one. We continuously improve these layers to provide your company with increased protection against today's threats, which are always evolving. One layer of defense we are improving is enhanced identity protection with Windows Hello for your passkeys and passwords. Windows Hello continues to be a critical tool for defending your company against phishing attacks and credential theft. With a visual refresh, Windows Hello provides a cleaner experience for quickly authenticating with passkeys in apps across Windows. When you save your passkeys in the new Microsoft Edge Password Manager in Edge, they will sync across all your Windows devices. You can also use your passkey manager of choice, like 1Password or Bitwarden today, with others coming soon, all protected by Windows Hello. Another layer we're improving is on-device encryption with BitLocker. Strong encryption is critical for protecting your company's data. Hardware-accelerated BitLocker gives you full disk encryption with stronger key protection and faster provisioning of new devices. This capability will be available on new Windows devices early next year. We know how important it is to empower your IT teams to proactively find threats before they impact your business. We are announcing that Sysmon security eventing will be built into Windows. Yeah. Sysmon security events provide deep visibility and customization for proactive threat hunting. Making Windows 11 secure and reliable by design also means looking at threats on the horizon. Breaking today's encryption is by design incredibly difficult. But as quantum computing advances, we will see quantum computers that can break today's leading encryption methods. Windows now supports post-quantum cryptography. These algorithms are designed to be secure against quantum attacks. You will have quantum-safe encryption before these attacks become a practical reality. We're excited to share that this capability is generally available this week. We will continue to build on this work by adding this support to more protocols and features in Windows. I told you earlier that we are building Windows 11 to be secure by design and by default. We're also building it to be resilient and reliable. Every update improves the reliability of Windows. We announced the Windows Resiliency Initiative at Ignite last year, and since then, we have shipped several big recovery capabilities. Quick Machine Recovery helps your PC fleet recover from global incidents with our assistance. We are also enabling security products to run outside of the Windows kernel to reduce system crashes and simplify recovery. And we listen. You want the ability to directly manage recovery of devices within your own PC fleet. To make this possible, we're modernizing the recovery capabilities in Windows and announcing some new ones. First, we're introducing Intune Recovery. Intune will be able to remotely control the Windows recovery environment. When a PC can't boot into Windows, you will be able to troubleshoot and resolve the issue by sending custom scripts directly to a device in Windows recovery. Second, we're bringing point-in-time restore from Windows 365 to all Windows 11 PCs. With the press of a button, you can restore a PC to its last known good working state if troubleshooting isn't progressing. And finally, we're introducing a new feature called Cloud Rebuild. Through Intune, you can remotely tell a PC to rebuild itself even if it can't boot. The device pulls install files and drivers from the cloud, rebuilds the PC, and starts off fresh. No more shipping PCs to IT to troubleshoot and fix. Whether you support, yeah, go ahead. Whether you support a few devices or a global workforce, we're making it easier than ever to manage Windows. Now, with Copilot and Intune, AI Assistant helps you quickly use these new capabilities and manage your Windows 11 and Windows 365 estate. And of course, a huge part of staying protected is keeping pace with threats and keeping endpoints updated. We are thrilled with the adoption of hot patching and how easy it is to keep your workforce secure without restarts. Our commitment to security and resiliency is why customers are moving to Windows 11. Organizations like yours trust Windows, and we never take that trust for granted. Back over to you, Pavan.
Thank you, Stefan. As you've seen today, our commitment is simple. Windows is your foundation for secure, productive innovation. Frontier firms lead by empowering people, designing for resilience, and scaling innovation with confidence. Windows is your platform to unlock these outcomes. I want to show you what that looks like in practice. Levi's is an iconic brand that has been innovating for over 172 years. They invented the blue jeans. And today, they're redefining what it means to be a frontier firm. Let's take a look.
Levi stands for progress, and so whether we were talking about the fall of the Berlin Wall in the 80s or the growth of our women's business today, it's always been about progress. The business itself is undergoing a massive change from traditionally largely a men's wholesale business to 50% direct-to-consumer. The big thing for us that's changed is the speed that we need to operate at. We've been adopting AI in our business for a number of years. What's new, of course, is generative AI and agentic AI. Everywhere that we work, Microsoft is there too. Frontier Firm is really helping us become a world-class retailer and helping our folks do more. And so with Agent specifically, it's really an idea of the employees themselves being the boss of an agent or several agents that help them do their job.
Levi's invented the blue jeans, so we've always been comfortable being the first movers. We believe in performance, but a core value is also integrity. So whatever we choose to do with AI, it's going to be grounded in making sure that it's the right decision for our people, for the company, and for the community.
The expectation is that we are always available, always reliable, and being in the cloud just gives us that assurance that we're going to be right there for the fans and for our employees. With Copilot Plus PC running on Windows 11, it really just makes that seamless experience from the moment they open up their laptops and dive into the productivity tools that they're using. It's as simple as that. Levi's is a growth company. Right now, we do about $6.5 billion in annual revenue, and we're on a path towards $10 billion. Retail, fashion has always been a story of change. And our folks need to be able to move forward with pace to serve our fans and be relevant for the next 100+ years. And Microsoft is a big part of how we deliver those experiences as we scale.
I'd like to welcome Jason onto stage. Jason.
Thanks, Pavan.
Welcome. It is incredible to have you here. Thank you for being here today.
Super excited to be here. Thank you.
So Levi's continues to be an iconic brand that's reinventing itself. Today, you're redefining what it means to be a retail frontier firm. Walk us a little bit through that journey and how you got here.
It really starts with standardizing and simplifying our core technology environment, modern identity, cloud-first infrastructure, unified device management. And with Windows 11 plus Intune, we have that foundation that allows us to adopt AI quickly, scale our DTC business, and ensure that we have resilient operations.
That is awesome to hear, the foundation with Windows 11 and Intune. That warms my heart. Tell us a little bit about how you map devices and experiences, especially given the breadth of roles you have across the company.
We did exactly that. We took a roles-based approach, matching jobs to tech rather than one-size-fits-all solution. So you can broadly think of 3 populations at Levi's, starting with our store employees, and they're using Windows 365 cloud PCs and Microsoft Teams that allows them to connect on any device from any location. Our corporate employees are using Copilot Plus PCs that enables them to get to their productivity tools, analysis, and content creation. And then finally, our contractors, they receive secure cloud PCs reducing risk and simplifying provisioning for us.
You know, I love that you're also using the new incredible Surface Copilot Plus PCs. I love those devices. On top of that foundation you just described is AI. Tell us a little bit about how you're using AI, what the tool is doing for you, and where you're seeing success.
Yeah, so we deployed Microsoft Copilot, Microsoft 365 Copilot more than a year ago, and by now we have more than 1,600 employees using the tools. And since then, we've developed over 134 agents in Copilot Studio, and it really started to make a difference when we invested in our folks with training, development days, and creating those digital champions. And they imagined use cases that we ourselves could never have imagined.
That notion of training and skilling for employees really resonates. Jason, when you and I talked earlier, we talked a little bit about the agents that Levi's themselves were building. Tell us a little bit about what problem you picked first and why.
Yeah, we started with IT services, and immediately we saw time to resolution go down and satisfaction go up, and that's what you always want to see.
Absolutely.
And so that gave us the confidence then to scale everywhere else. HR, legal, investor relations, etc. And even today now, we even have an agent that manages or helps to manage our ERP transactions.
That's amazing.
Once we did that, we realized then that we had an opportunity to make a unified intelligence layer across the entire company, making it seamless for our employees. And so today we're working with Zendesk and Microsoft to expand our super agent work.
That's exciting to hear. And kind of where have you seen the biggest impact of all of this?
It's still early, so aside from the example in IT services, what we have seen though is decision cycles are speeding up and our employees are able to do more. A great example is with GitHub Copilot. By now, 40% of our code is AI generated, and it's just helping our teams work so much faster and get so much more done.
That is fantastic. It's kind of inspiring to hear. As you are here with us at Ignite and what you saw with us today, what are the kinds of things that grab your imagination and gets you excited for the future?
What we like is that with Microsoft, everything comes together in one solution stack. Windows, Surface, Copilot, and now, of course, with agents as well. Our vision, our ultimate vision, is to create automation and intelligence that sits across the entire organization rather than just one isolated pocket.
Super powerful to hear. If you have one takeaway for us, for this audience here today, in terms of thinking about what it means to be a frontier firm, what would you share for us?
We've learned a lot. I think the first thing is put the strategy before the shiny objects. Be really clear on the problems that you're solving.
Yep.
Second, tools don't transform companies, people do. When we trained our teams, that was when things really started to take off. Prototype fast and scale what's proving value. Treat everything as learning. Things are moving so quickly. Next, design a platform that can adapt in real time. The capabilities are changing so fast. We got to be able to move as the capabilities are changing. And then lastly, just stay true to who you are as a brand. Be endlessly curious about how you evolve for the times and be set for the next 175 years as a frontier firm.
That is inspiring. Jason, thank you.
Thanks, Pavan.
All right, let me just bring this all together. You're on a journey of rapidly innovating with AI. So we're building Windows to be your canvas for AI and agents. You're enabling employees to work from anywhere with flexible, scalable solutions. So we're making it easier and more efficient for you to be able to use Windows in the cloud. And you've continued to tell us security is your top priority. So we've made Windows the most secure and resilient platform on earth. I invite you all to start taking advantage of these new innovations starting now. The Windows Insider program is a great way for you to try these out in your environment and then for you to decide how and when you will enable them in your organizations. To go deeper, please join us at our breakout sessions here at Ignite. I'm honored that you've been using Windows for the last 40 years, and it has served you. Your passion and feedback inspires us. You are all shaping the future of Windows. We can't wait to see what you will achieve next. Thank you all for your time today.
That concludes the session. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the rest of Microsoft Ignite.